chapter 10. Now we had completed till verse 19. So we will continue today from verse 20 onwards. But just a small introduction of this. Today we are going to actually learn how the different senses, the sense objects, and the one supporting it came into the picture. So let us look at it from this perspective that Narayana is started creating this universe out of his own being. And when he does that, he has first, in the last verses, what we had seen was, he had created the mouth, the palate, and the tongue was generated. And after that, the different tastes came into existence. Thereafter, speech. So speech was vibrated from the mouth. The controlling deity, fire, was generated from the mouth. So these are the objects that came into existence and the functions related to it. Now here there is a very clear line which says something, where he says, when he was lying in the water, all these features remained suspended. What does that mean? Remember, everything is a replication. Even you who came out in this world is nothing but a replication of what has happened in the divine realm. So in the divine realm, you will find that the Lord himself has created this universe lying on the ocean of milk, on the Adishesh, the serpent. I want you to visualize this. And the line which says, when he is lying in the waters, all these functions remain suspended. Isn't this your own story as well? Can you see the similarity here? The similarity is that you were lying in the mother's womb, in the ocean of milk, supine, and here you will find that he says, on that snake, which is basically what we call as Adishesha. Adishesha is also within you. Adishesha is nothing else but the divine serpent within you. Got it? He holds the multiverses on his hood. The hood is over here. On the hood there are multiverses. I want you to think of any scientist or anybody in this world who is thinking of multiverses. Where do they come about? You will find they come about in the mind space. They are thinking about it. So in this manner, you will find that the story which is being told is also very related to you. It's a part of your whole existence. So now today we will continue with the next verse, where we will understand how the different organs, the senses connected to it, the different types of objects connected to it, how the transmission happens, what are the gods related to it, all this sequentially we will understand. Alright, so let us start with the satsang today. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2. This is chapter 10 and verse 20. Therefore, when the Supreme Purusha decided to smell odors, the nostril and respiration were generated, the nasal instruments and the odor came into existence, and the controlling deity of air carrying smell also became manifest. Now, as per the explanation that I had given just now, I want you to think about it. Any organ that is there within the womb of the child, when the child is in the womb, any organ that is there, is it functioning? No. He is getting the support of his mother. He is literally in a yoga nidra state, right? Now in the yoga nidra state, he is actually working in this world, but not working. So in this manner, you will find that different objects have got created in his world. What are these? These are the eyes, ears, nose and all those things, right? Now the object connected to seeing is the eye. It is the main place from where you get to see. I want you to think a little bit deeply. Before the senses came into the picture, were you even aware of this world? The answer is simple, no. The awareness itself is not there at all. It doesn't even come into existence. Because if you don't have eyes, how will you see the world outside? If you don't have ears or the organ of hearing, how will you hear anything outside? Similarly, when you have to smell or touch or feel, nothing in this world will be working if you do not have, number one, the organ. Number two, the God connected with it. That means when we say God, it means the energy is connected to it. That the energy, the basic concept of that is, when I have eyes, I have vision. When I have ears, I have sound, correct? All these are connected to it. And the hearing. Sound is one thing, hearing is another thing, right? These two are separate, don't mix them together. So object that I am seeing, now in this I am looking at the camera, okay? Right? And if I am looking at the camera or the TV screen or the computer screen or whatever, that is one object in front of me. Alright? Now when I have the object in front of me, if I don't have the eyes, how am I going to see? So this object is important also, isn't it? That outside object is important. Second, the object connected to it, which is going to see that, which is the eye or the ear for hearing. Now I may have an eye, but I may not have the vision. Are you getting it? So everything. So why do we say vision as the God? Because vision is the one which tells me what it is and what it is not. Alright? Now this is exactly what is mentioned in the scripture. Common sense will also tell you the same thing. If I do not have, now see, I may have an ears, I may have ears. But I am not able to hear. Why? Because the nerves inside are broken. They are non-existent. They don't have any life in them. There is no connectivity anywhere. There is no way of deciphering it. That means the God connected to that particular thing doesn't work at all. The God is absent. The power is absent. So I am not going to hear anything. That is the reason why I am deaf. But when correction happens, what we do is, some people regain their eyesight. Have you heard of this? They regain their eyesight with some operation or something like that. Some people are able to hear with instruments and stuff like that. What has happened over there is, in that organ, let us say the ear, maybe something is not correct. So we can rectify it. Rectification can be done. But if the God itself is absent, God is the power of hearing. Power of hearing. It is an energy. If that is missing, you can't hear otherwise also. If the power of seeing is not there, you can't see also. So I hope you got this. So odors, smelling. There are lots of people who cannot smell stuff. You know that, no? Especially during that pandemic which happened, the coronavirus, it took away the sense of smell of many people. So there are lots of people whom I know whose sense of smell disappeared after the pandemic. They are not able to smell properly. So what happened? The external organ got created. What is the external organ? The nose, right? From the nose, I am able to smell. So the smell is somewhere over here, just inside the cavity, the nasal cavity. Now think on these lines. Is the nose used for another thing? A very, very important functionality is there for the nose. That functionality is called breathing. The breath is important, isn't it? So respiration, we are doing, taking in air and throwing out air. This is what happens. Now, it functions are dual. One is respiration, which is a very, very important function. And the second function is smelling. We smell stuff through our nose. So there is a nasal instrument. And when there is a nasal instrument, I have to have something outside of me also, isn't it? Think about it. I need things which are connected to that instrument to work for me, right? I can bring a tube light, a bulb, okay? But I don't have connection. What is the use? In a similar manner, sometimes people, when they talk to me, I tell them, you are like that, You have a brain, but it's of no use. Why? Because you don't even see the thing outside of you to work on it. Isn't it important to use the tool correctly? Now, when I say use the tool correctly, it also translates into that you should know on what object to use it. See, I will tell you something very funny over here. The same tool can be misused also. There are uses and there are misuses. In our world, we use, now here we have a sense of smell. Okay, smell. Now, I am using the nose for the purpose of what? For the purpose of smelling, correct? So the sense of smell is there. Second thing I am using is, I am using it for breathing. In this world, human beings also use nose for some other thing. They blow, the drugs, isn't it? Doesn't that tell you something? That you can use the object or misuse the object. Now, we will go to the next verse where he is talking about the eyes. The verses are the same. Look at it from this perspective. So, verse 21, Canto 2, chapter 10 of the Srimad Bhagavatam says, thus when everything existed in darkness, the Lord desired to see himself and all that was created. Then the eyes, the illuminating God's Son, the power of vision and the object of sight all became manifested. See, the object of, I want to see. Can you imagine that? When you want to see, what happens? Your eyes open, isn't it? And when your eyes open, imagine you have a physical defect in the organ. You know what is a physical defect in the organ? The physical defect is called a cataract or something. If you have a cataract, what happens? You're not able to see the objects in front of you, isn't it? So there is an obstruction in the organ. Second obstruction could be in the nerves that are connecting to a certain part of your brain. If there is a defect in the nerves, you will not be able to see the object. So the God connected to that has to be functioning perfectly, isn't it? The vision is extremely important to function correctly. So our job is always to use whatever that we have for the right purposes, not the wrong purposes. The vision has to be used for goodness in this world, not for creating something wrong. So he says over here, when everything was in darkness, darkness also translates into ignorance, isn't it? Are you understanding this? Darkness translates into ignorance. When ignorance is there, the Lord created light. Light so that when it shines on the object, you are able to see the object with your eyes. The illuminating God is sun. You understand? The God is sun. He creates that light. And when he creates the light, the power of vision helps the object of sight all becomes manifested. So everything around you becomes manifested. You can actually see the objects in this world, right? Now, I want you to think on these lines very carefully. What happens when you are going on the path of spiritual? Do you know on the path of spiritual, the one thing which you are told is to close your eyes, close your nose functioning, regulate your breath, isn't it? Are you also told to not hear anything? Shut your mouth, right? No touching anything. This is called shutting down of the senses. Human beings in the spiritual domain have to shut down on the senses. Where is it that they have to start their journey? The journey starts with the senses. Shutting down the senses. So what do the yogis do who are practicing this art? First is they will close their eyes. Isn't that what they do? They close their eyes. Second thing that they do is they say some kind of a word. Now let us say they are saying Om. Now when you try saying Om to yourself with your eyes closed, you will find that the Om is vibrating inside of you. Have you heard this? The Om, you may say it with your mouth outside, but when you say it inwardly, it vibrates within you. So the sound is within you. The vision is within you because you have closed your eyes, right? You're not hearing anything because the sound is within you. You are doing only the breath control. The breathing is modulated. The breathing gets modulated very nicely. The breathing gets modulated, you are shutting your mouth. You are not supposed to eat anything, you are supposed to keep your mouth shut. Silence is the key. You can't be touching anything. You can't be feeling anything. So you sit in a mudra, a particular state of being, and you do something which is called, you either sit in Padmasana or some such kind of a asana. At one place. Today's day and age, I can say you can sit on a chair. It does not matter. You can do that. What are you doing? You're going inwards. Right? So, these gods that are there connected to hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, and all these other things, their functions are inwards. The eyes, the God connected to vision, is now helping you see God inside of you. Right? So when you close your eyes, do you see everything inside of you or no? If I close my eyes, do you think the camera disappears in front of me? No. The camera is very much there. So I may close my eyes like this, and yet I can see the camera within my being, inside of me. This is a very important way of reaching inwards. The gods help you reach inwards. The god of vision, which is connected to sun god, S-U-N, sun, right? The sun god is helping you go inwards. The moon god. Who is the moon god? The moon god is that which modulates your inward breath. Inward breath. Also the one who helps you go inwards is an emotional person. All the emotions get translated into I love you God, I love you God, I love you God, I love you God. Can you see this? Instead of loving some person outside of you, the moon god helps you emotionally balance yourself to love yourself, to love the God within you. Are you getting this point? Why are you bringing the objects from outside? You don't have to bring anybody inside of you. That means you don't have to have your mother, father, husband, wife, children, house, this, that, so many objects. Why do you need them? When you close your eyes, this God inside helps you. I'm sorry, this lesson is not there over here, but I hope you are getting some understanding from this. What is happening inside of you is so important. I may not get a chance to do this lesson with you in the future, so I'm just trying to help you out. Think like that. The eye is the illuminating God's sun. The power of vision and the object of sight all became manifested. They have become manifested to see the divinity within you. When I started this satsang, did I not tell you the exact divinity is you? Huh? Isn't it the you who is there within these waters? Right? Are you not there in the womb? Aren't all your objects and all their senses not working there? It is all the same. Don't bother yourself about trying to think that there is some God outside. Look at the God inside of you. Don't bother about the God outside. The God outside will take care of himself, but go inwards to see this. By development of the desire of the great sage is to know. The ear, the power of hearing, the controlling deity of hearing, and the object of hearing became manifested. The great sages desired to hear about the self. See the last line. Hearing. Why is it that the God of hearing, which is there in the ear, is misused? You know, we misuse the God inside of our ear, of hearing. What is this God all about? Listening to the words of the divine. Listening to his songs. To know the self. I want to know myself. I want to hear about the self within, the God within. Why is it that I need to listen to all the crap outside? This fellow talks to that one, that fellow talks to that one, and then this one is complaining about that, that is complaining about this one. The world is like this, the politics are like that, the president is like this, the prime minister is like that, the ministers are this way. There is war going on, this is happening, that. You know, we are so lost in the material world. This is misusing. Can I use it for reaching the self? The same hearing, can I hear about God? When you know, see, everybody's question is going to be, what is the point? You know, common man is going to say, what this guy is talking about? What is the point of trying to, I want to reach the self. What is the point of reaching the self? Why should I reach the self? Well, the answer is very simple. Number one, do you need rebirths? I don't think you should get a rebirth, because in one of the previous verses, the person who has written this book has said this, that you see, if you are a human being and there is a pig, okay, you know the pig eats all your crap, no? So in one of your next life, maybe you become a pig, then what happens to you? You will love to eat the poop of all the human beings? What nonsense are you talking? So now number one point is this. Why do you need rebirth? Got it? So most important point is rebirths. We cut down the cycle of rebirth. We don't want to be born again. That is number one point. I know you may not even agree to this point. It does not matter. Rebirth is not good. Number two, you're constantly stressed out. You're stressed out like nobody's business. There is one village boy, I'll tell you about one person. Now this village boy, he used to work from morning to night. Alright? And he was working in the fields with his mother and father. There were cows, milking the cows, taking care of the fields, growing all the rice and other thing in the field, and really working very, very hard. This boy said, I hate doing this work. I want to become somebody in my life. Okay. So his parents, who were very poor, they are not rich, so they helped him get a degree. And then he said, I just don't want to do anything. I want to become a HR consultant. HR, human resources. And then he did his post-graduation. A farmer's son. He did his HR, as this thing, and he landed a job. Now, he landed a job which is about 50 or 100 kilometers away from his place. I think it's 100 kilometers from his place. 100 kilometers from his place. Every day he can't travel so much. So what he did was, he took a job in this company and he took one house for himself. Small house for himself. Now he earns 50,000 rupees salary. His mother and father are very proudly saying, oh, my son, he is educated, he earns 50,000 rupees salary. I want you to think of this very carefully what I am saying. This boy goes to work in the morning. A human resources job, and that too he is working through a consultant in that place. So he goes early in the morning. He is working throughout the week, no Saturday, Sunday off. Like, Saturday he has to go to work. So he goes to work. 10 to 12 hours a day he puts in. He's not allowed to take any leave. Sunday is the only time he gets to take leave. He goes back to his whatever that place that he has taken. He has to wash his clothes because every day he goes early in the morning, comes back late in the night. Now, the 50,000 which he is earning, where does it go? He is spending 20,000 rupees on the rentals and the electricity and all that, and 10,000 rupees he is spending on his food. Okay? 10,000 rupees he is keeping aside and 10,000 rupees he sends home. Haven't we missed out something very important over here? The taxation. So he is saying, I do all these things 6 days a week. The 7th day when my parents, I have to go back to the village 100 kilometers away. It is tiresome. I want you to think very carefully what I am saying just now. Here is a boy who used to work in the field. He had a tractor in his house. He would take out the tempo, go in all the neighboring villages and do so much of running around. He's told 7 o'clock in the morning, sit in one place. Sit in one place till 7 in the evening. Get up only for lunch and a little bit of snack and all that. 10 to 12 hours he sits in one seat, looking at a computer. This boy who spent his life working in the fields and doing so much, he might be earning less when he works in the field. But he had an independence of action. He had a lot of freedom to himself. He could do hundreds of things. If he thought that he wanted to go to some nearby place, he could go. Saturday, Sunday, he could spend with his friends. Today, when he has got into this cycle, they call it some wheel, they call it. I don't remember the name. When you get into that wheel, what happens? You don't have time for your friends. You don't have time for any goddamn thing on earth. You are earning money for what purpose? You are a slave. Maybe a year later he will get 10,000 rupees increment in the salary. Still a slave. Still 12 hours, 10 hours per day. Still he has to beg for holidays. Boss, can you give me a 1 day holiday? Boss, I want to go. My mother is sick. Can I do this? Can I do this? But when he was working in the fields, did he even fall sick? No. I want you to look at the world outside of you and see how everybody is a slave. They are slave to their education. You understand what I'm saying? They got educated very highly, big degrees, big things. What is it? What is the use of your life? When you are actually slaving for somebody else and for that little amount of money. This is how the world is today. Everybody is driven in slavery. Funnily, nobody recognizes this as slavery. They think, oh, I am doing a great job. I am a manager here. I am this, I am that. When this boy's mother tells us, oh, my son is earning a lot of money. Now I am thinking of something different. Now 1 year he has been working. It is time for him to get married. Really? Here is another noose around his neck. Marriage. What happened to his freedom after he gets married? He doesn't want to spend 10 hours, 12 hours doing his job in the company. Every day he is thinking of his wife. A newly married wife, okay? He's thinking, I want to run, I want to run, I want to run, I want to run, I want to run home. And within a year's time, she's already pregnant. And then you have children. That little hair that you had, you used to comb your hair like a film star. All the hair goes away. I know, this is a common story of every human being. Look into your own inward self and look at what you have become. You have become a donkey, a slave to your company, to your wife, to your children, to the society. You are paying through your nose rentals and and then on top of it, can I use your car? I want to buy a car. Really? You are saving 10,000 rupees and you want a car for yourself? You don't have time the whole week. When are you going to take the car out? The car is lying in the garage for eons. What is the point of this life? You are a worthless piece of junk in this world. Working till you die. Look at your parents. I'm telling you seriously. Look at your parents. They were slaves. Slaves of some blessed organization. They worked their whole life miserably. What? For the little money, and in the end they died. They never even enjoyed. You see, there is no enjoyment. Now think, this boy wants to get married. Now he wants to have a wife. Where is he going to put his wife? Do you think a wife is not costly, is it? He has no sense. The utter nonsense which the parents want to push down their gullet of the children. The parents should be, given a peace of mind for this. This boy is earning 40,000-50,000 rupees salary and now he has to get a wife. Eating is one thing. Drinking is another thing. Sex is another thing. Boss, what about her life? Every month you have to spend money. You have to take her to the doctor, gynecologist, obstetrician, this one, that one, maternity home. God knows how many things. Has he even thought of these things? That idiot doesn't even remember anything. And yet he says, I want to get married. I want to settle down. So common sense has to be there in your brains. What are you talking about settling down and all that? Look at all the old people over here. 40s, 50s, 60s. They have lost their track in life. I want you to look at their faces. They are haggard, drawn faces, working their life miserably. Now their children are there. They have to work for their children. They have to work for their wives, their society, everything. They own things and they have to pay for it like nobody's business. God has not made this world for this purpose. And when is the time to take God's name, by the way? When you lose your job, God, why did I lose my job? When you are a farmer's son, there was no question of losing job. Was there any question of losing job? There was no question of losing job. The food was in the house. He could eat anything. He could take out his bike, he could take out his, the tempo that he had and roam around the whole place. He could go and visit nearby places. When he wanted to go for a trip to Goa, he went with all his friends. Trip to Goa now? Human Resources Department? Idiot! You can't even go to nearby place to take a leak also. That also you have to ask your boss. Boss, can I go to the toilet, to the bathroom, washroom? That also he has to ask. Boss, you don't understand what you are getting into. Look at all the faces in this group also. Those who have got married, look at their misery in life. Miserable to the core. And there are some idiots in this world. I want to get married. I want to settle down. The hell you are talking about settling down, boss? You don't know what misery you are going to get into. Look at your parents. Look at their faces. They may be 60, 70, God knows, as many age. They always, where is the money going to come from? I am sick, I have diabetes, I have blood pressure, I have this, I have that. Oh my goodness gracious, Almighty God. What is God saying over here? I have given you these eyes so that you can go and visit me directly. Come inside. Incidentally, you may think the sages don't get married. Let me correct you. The sages also get married. They also have children. You look at Ramakrishnaji's also life. You look at Tukaram's life. You look at Mirabai's life. Were they not married? But they were not running after their wives or their husbands. They were not servants to them. Tukaram Maharaj would like to run away from his wife. Every day he will run away to the mountain and sit over there. Ram, Krishna, Hari, and Panduranga, Panduranga, Panduranga he would do. When his wife used to come, he used to say, Aa gayi Avli. He will be afraid of looking at his wife also. A miserable person. She will look at him and say, what is this? You are not working. You are not doing this. But listen, boss, you got married. He has taken his eyes inwards. Ramakrishna Paramahansa, his wife may be there, but his eyes were inwards. Look at him. I want you to see the picture of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Where is the wife in the picture? Nowhere. Look at Mirabai. Where is the wife? Where is the husband in the picture? No husband. This is my Krishna. I am married to him. This is how. I am not saying you have to become like Mirabai or something like that. What I mean is very simply this. Don't waste your time over these idiots. They are going to backstab you and run away. How this boy has now taken up a job, you think your children are not going to do the same? they are going to do the same. You are going to be miserable. And the misery is going to be throughout your life, full life. Miserable, miserable, miserable. Till you die. That is why I am doing this satsang. At least, I am trying to redeem a little bit of you. Sir, forget about all these people. There were idiots who used to join my satsang earlier. Now they dropped off. Not realizing that they are missing out a very important thing in their life. Why? Now, look at these same people who dropped off. They are bothered about their jobs. They are bothered about their children. They are bothered about their husbands, their wives, their this, their that, their misery. Your H1Bs, all the things in the world. You are with me? You are in Ram Bharose. You know what Ram Bharose means? Ram is God. Bharose means at his mercy. You are at the mercy of Ram. Don't bother yourself. You are with me. I will take care of you. All your problems, they can go away like this. But if you are not on Ram Bharose, what happens? Can't help you. No Ram Bharose. You will go to Ram Bharose hotel somewhere and drink a cup of tea over there. Otherwise, no Ram Bharose. Ram is least interested in you. He could leave his wife in the jungles, no? Why will have Ram Bharose on you? Sir, forget about all this. So you want to be with this divine people? Focus on that. Don't bother your life about... You don't even know where you are going also. You know that, no? Funny part about life is you think you are having an oars and you are doing like this in the ocean. In the big ocean of this world, you are taking one oars, one small ship of that small boat, and you are doing like this. I will become vice president, then I will become president, then I will become this. And suddenly one big storm comes, whoosh, and finished. Your boat also is gone, your oars also is gone, and you are also nanga nahayega to karega kya? You understand this? You become naked over there. You don't even know when the storm is going to come. This is life, boss. Common sense will tell you, don't bother your head about all these things. Everything is at the mercy of God. He is making all these things happen, isn't it? We'll do a few more verses, okay? The sages, they are interested in only hearing about the self. They are not interested in anything else. They'll say, oh, Vitova, Panduranga, that is all these. Like Tukaram Maharaj. No. They are not saying Jesus Christ. They don't say these words, okay? But in your life, something happens, you'll say Jesus Christ. Doesn't work. So don't worry. Ram Naam Leo. Not Satya hai, otherwise you will be gone. So think on those lines. Okay? When there is a desire to perceive the physical characteristics of matter, such as softness, hardness, warmth, cold, lightness, heaviness, the background of sensation, the skin pores, the hair on the body, and the controlling deities, the trees were generated. Within and outside the skin is covered of air, through which sense perception becomes prominent. This is like now we are moving ahead. Okay? Sorry, lot of long stories happened. We went all over the world and came back. Okay? Now we are coming back to which place? We are coming back to skin. The skin, how the skin came into the picture. The organ of the skin. This has below it all the senses, isn't it? Does it have, or in your case doesn't have? You're a senseless person? No. So below that there are those, sense, your nerves are there. They'll tell you, give you one small pinch also, you're going to say, oh, like that. Exactly like that. So the God is there below there. He takes all the sensory perceptions. And what are these? Softness, hardness, warmth, cold, lightness, heaviness, everything connected to sensation. So the skin is covered. And the God connected to skin is there, which is supposed to be handling the senses connected to that. Connectivity. Thereafter, when the Supreme Person desired to perform varieties of work, the two hands, controlling strength, and Indra, the demigods of heaven, became manifested as also acts independent, are dependent on both the hands and the demigods. So, because now we have sense, one thing, but we have two hands also, two legs also, legs we have to still go. What are those hands in there for? For working, not digging your nose. Okay, don't do that. You have to work really very hard with your hands. And that is important. See, the work which you do physically is going to really help you. You know, there is one great fellow, I don't remember his name, I think he's Elon Musk or Bill Gates or somebody like that. You know what he said? In the next 1-2 years time, what is going to happen? All those people who are not doing physical work, not doing physical labor with their hands and legs and all that, their jobs are going to get replaced by AI and automation. What is going to happen? Those who do not do any physical work, their jobs are going to get taken away by AI and automation. That day, one of my disciples, she sent me Waymo, that car which goes on its own, like that. I was looking at the car and I was saying, today no driver, driverless car. The car is saying, I know where to take you, I will take you there. You don't even require a husband for that purpose, isn't it? Tell the car, chale jao. You don't require a driver also. Think. I am thinking, if I have to go to, say, Tirupati, I have to go to Kanjivaram, I have to go to this place, I will tell my Vema, chalo at Kanjivaram. And he will take me to Kanjivaram. Nowadays, you don't even have to buy Kanjivaram saris in Kanjivaram. You know that, no? You buy it on all the tick apps only. You don't buy any grocery anywhere. Why? All app, fellow. They are in your hands. What did I say just now? Those who do physical work with their hands and legs, they will survive. Those who don't do, what will happen to them? Don't worry, they will have television in front of them watching all football matches and cricket matches. No work. They are going to get replaced. So these hands, you better start using them just now. You think you are using your brain. Look at that brain of yours. It's not even 1%. It's not even there. You understand? It's actually started disappearing. He's saying, bye, see you. I'll see you in the next life. Because this life you don't require a brain. Everything is done by apps. You tell the app, khana paroso. So the poor fellow is going to put the food in front of you. Right? What is the point? For everything there is a replacement. Have you seen or no? Everything in this world has been replaced by AI, automation and all those things. Right or wrong? Think. Food you don't have to make. You see in Japan and China and all that, they make an egg sandwich and eggs, this thing and that thing. Only robots are making. They are serving you in the restaurant also. The robot will come and serve you and go. Hey, you are really wondering, what should I tip the robot or no? No tipping also required. So tomorrow no waiters, no cook, no person to take your order also. You know the reason why you can't take an order? In China, they have all robbed my thinking. Okay, all these fellows. You go over there and you look at that menu and you can select the item, and when the payment has to be done, you just look into your phone or that app of yours and the payment gets transferred to that country, that company. You are not even doing anything. You just have to keep your eyes open like this. Your payment gets transferred. So tomorrow you are going to live in this world. Earlier you would stand in front of, all the banks. Today you don't have to, no? You sit in that drawing room of yours I want to transfer you 1000 rupees. Guruji, can I give you a donation? 1001 rupees. Tick, 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 tick. Finished. Transferred. Guruji will say, thank you very much. Through the app only. What is the point? I don't understand. So even hands are like this. So be very careful. Start using your hands and your legs, okay? Not in the gym. Any which way. Gym means you will lose your brain. Understand it like this. Have you seen all those hefty guys? You go to Instagram and you see all the hefty guys. They have... And there is one very thin fellow. He will come and he'll say, hold my bucket. And that fellow will hold the bucket and this fellow will lift the weight like this. You really wonder, okay, what is all this all about? So, things have become like that. Thereupon, because of his desire to control movements, his legs became manifested, and from the legs, the controlling deity named Vishnu was generated. By his personal supervision of his act, all varieties of human beings are busily engaged in dutiful occupational service. I really wonder this. When this book got written, that time people were doing dutiful occupational services. Today nobody does dutiful occupational services. Okay? They will go and buy, I want an Enfield. That day, I was down outside somewhere, and there I saw one person is riding a very big bullet bike, like that. I was, wow, look at this person weaving through the traffic. And then the person removed the helmet. Oh my God, it was a woman. And I was saying, nowadays women are also driving big bullets, huh? The big car, the big bikes that are there, like you have these foreign company bikes, like that. And I thought, yeah, now even males and females also, you can't make out who they are. Long hairs means what? God alone knows. Is a male or female also, you can't make out. So it's like that. So he says, use your legs. You are using legs only to, keep on the stand. That's it. Use your legs. Walk around. Go somewhere. Use your hands. Do some physical labor. Don't just sit around doing nothing. Not on your phone. Tick, 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 like that. No. So we have come to the verse 25. And we will stop over here. Tomorrow it's an interesting thing. Okay. So we will stop here.
Recording stopped.